Hey everybody. So I thought I'd do a quick live. So I did a short video this morning and um, I've been up real early with my twins. And so Jacob's teething really bad. And literally in the past half an hour, I found out that uh, my son and my daughter they have certain cries that can literally bring me to a point where I just want to cry with them. They're both teething, Jacob more than Amelia, and he literally just cried through the entire time that I fed him, um, the entire time I was holding him. There was nothing I could do to comfort him. I tried giving him like a cold like thing to put in his mouth that made it even worse. He finished eating while crying, and I know that I shouldn't have given them both of them. I shouldn't have given them an extra bottle, and I ended up giving them an extra bottle and putting them both down for a nap because, like, literally the tension that they had, like I got. And so I started to get like super tense and are like, I didn't know how to help them. And it makes me like lock up. And it's like so triggering. And like, I don't consider myself an alcoholic. And it literally like made me want to drink. Like, um, I ended up giving them an extra bottle. And then my husband calls me and he's fishing. He went fishing this morning, like I had said. And um, he asked me what I want to do today. And I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, of course I want to do something. You know what I mean? Like, it's Saturday afternoon, but what do you do with two teething 8.5-month-old babies who are miserable when it's 150,000 degrees out and you have no idea what you even like to do? Like, what do I want to do? I want to go out and go to a bar and go to a happy hour and get drunk. Well, not even I don't even get drunk when I drink. I just want to like relax. And like he asked me if I wanted to go to his mom's, and I absolutely love going to his mom and his family. Like, they're my favorite people on this planet, like besides my own family. And like literally I love being over there. But at the same time, like that it's like packing them up and getting them and bringing them over there, and then he just takes off with his brothers or whatever, and then like I don't even really get a chance to hang out because it's like I don't want them to be cranky and I don't want them to be in a bad mood, and then I don't want to just like throw them at my in-laws even though they absolutely adore them, you know what I mean? I just like, and then Pedro will say behind my back, like, hey, they're cranky, go pick them up, or they're this, or they're that. And it's like, I just feel like I have to stay on my toes. You know what I mean? And like, I do want to go to his mom's house. I want him to just participate and like give me a break. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Like, sometimes the babies bring me to a point where like I'm like wound up like a towel, a tight towel. And he doesn't get it. And then he had the nerve to just call me and ask me on the way home, oh, well, forget it. I guess we'll just sit home and watch a movie all day again. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, no, I do want to do something. I just don't know what. Like, can you come up with some ideas? He's like, I have no idea. Like, I would love to go fishing. You already went fishing and we can't bring the babies fishing. And then he just called me and asked me, hey, can you make some chorizo and con huevos? And I'm like, did you really just ask me to cook? I just told you that. I literally just, what I just told you guys. And he's like, forget it. He's like, it's cool. I'll just make myself something. And so I texted him, hey, you can take your time coming home because I'm like really trying to just digress from like the past hour. And like, I tend to take my like upsetness and I take it out on him for no reason. And So I said, just if you want, take your time coming home because they're napping and I'm just like decompressing. And he said, no, I'm hungry. I'm going to come home and make some food. And like, that kind of makes me feel like shit too. Because it's like, you're not coming home because of me. You're coming home because you want to make food. And now don't get me wrong. Like, he loves me. I know he loves me. And like, sometimes I just don't, when I get in moments like this with the babies, like, and I take on their emotions and their stress, like, I want him to fix it because nobody, I'm always doing the fixing and the taking care of. And like, I just, for 1 minute, want to be taken care of. And this whole time, I thought that I had my sister-in-law's son's first birthday party. So since this morning, I have been making his gift all morning, thinking that we have his birthday party and that we have to be there by 1. And he calls me at like 11:30, sends me the invitation, and it's not until next weekend. And so I'm like, are you serious? So I'm going back and forth between crying babies and making clothes. And like that, it's time consuming with that. And like, I'm putting a lot of effort into it because I want it to be perfect because I love my little nephew, like Tristan. He's turning 1 and like, he is the coolest kid. And Vanessa, like his sisters are like my favorite people. Like they're just awesome. And if I can like, even though I'm older than Vanessa, if I could grow up to be like Vanessa and Jenny, like I want what they have, like, and they have their own issues too, and they relate to me and they call me and they check in on me, and it's like, it makes me feel good. So, I figured when I feel like this right now, like, I'm not gonna lie, like it's triggering, you know what I mean? And it makes me like become ungrateful and like, I want to just like self-sabotage and like just be a bitch and be reckless and like not like go and break the law or anything like that, but I just want to be a bitch and I want to stand in the corner and I want to like pout and I want to stomp my feet and like just like my babies are doing. But they're allowed to, they're babies, I'm a grown up. So I pulled out this book. I made a whole bunch of journals when I was locked up, all throughout. Like I have one that I made, well, not really journals, but like scrapbooks, like one that I made when I was in state prison, which was a lot different than federal prison. And then one when I was in Danbury, which was very, very hard time, easy time, but hard time because there was nothing to do. So you're just literally in a prison of your own thoughts with a bunch of strangers. And so all I would do is email. And so I'm looking through it and I'm trying to remind myself that like even my worst day out here and my worst feeling like I have right now is like better than my best day in prison. So I'm going to read something that I emailed back in 2015. It was significant enough for me to put into my scrapbook, and it's going to bring me back and make me realize that like shit's not as bad as it could be. And like this shit's real personal, you guys, and like I'm sharing this on live, okay? So like I'm going to try to get through it because like I can already feel myself getting emotional about it because like it got real dark when I was locked up. I'm like, okay, get it together. So this is when I was in Danbury, okay? And it's 8, so that's what? September, July, August, is that 8? Yeah. 8/18/2015. Okay. I wrote at 7:38 a.m. I emailed this to everybody in my family. I cried today. I cried a lot. I tried not to cry, and I cried even more. I cried because I feel like the whole world is happy but me. Whew. Hold on. Get it together, Joe. I cried because I even considered that thought. I cried because my friends are all leaving and I'm still here. I cried because I still have so much time to do. I cried because my mom sold the home that I grew up in. I cried because I have no children. To await my coming home. I cried. Sorry, I'm trying to see the words, but I'm crying. I cried because I'm sad. I'm sad for the fact that I lived my life with no expectation of anything good to ever happen. I cried because I count the calendar days and I never seem to get any closer to the door, but everyone else is. I cried because the closest person in my life told me that I think it's all about me, and I cried because she's right. I cried because I have no right to cry, and I cried even more knowing I put myself here. I cried because these irrational feelings are making me feel ugly. I cried today because being numb and fearless was too hard, and crying was easier than smiling. I wiped my tears, though, with these words because these words defined my tears. I lost myself today with a compass held tightly in my hand, and I stayed lost. I am forced to tell myself over and over, like a mantra, that it's not the destination, it's the journey. So, with my feet in a puddle of salty tears, I look up and I press forward. And that brings me back right there. And a lot of those things right now, I changed about myself throughout all the additional years I did in prison. And today, for the past hour, I was that person again. So I need to tell myself it's not the destination, it's the journey. And you know what? I cried because I had no children to come home to, and now I have two beautiful children, even though I pull my hair out of my head with them sometimes, and the man of my life drives me crazy sometimes. He loves me, and I'm loved. And so I'm gonna leave it at that, and I feel a little bit better now. So that was my orange is the new black, but orange is the new red. That was then, and this is now. And look, in the past hour, I'm not so far as who I was in 2015. And I have made so many leaps and bounds of who I used to be. So come on, Jill, get it together. I guess that's it for now. Thanks for listening, guys.